Hey everyone. If you've used our messages feature before, you may have said to yourself, why can't I schedule this in advance to have it sent in a couple days? Previously, you would have to go in, create a message, maybe save it as a draft, and then set a reminder to come back to it later to actually send it out. Well, I'm happy to announce that that is no longer the case. We now have a new scheduled messages feature that allows you to schedule a message up to 3 days in advance. So you can see I'm here in the messages tab. If you look in this left-hand menu now, you'll now see that under customers and staff, there's a new scheduled section. So I'm going to click on the scheduled section here and you can see that nothing is currently scheduled. So let's go ahead and create a message that's going to send in the future. So I'm going to go through the same process. I'm going to click on new message in the upper right-hand corner. I'm going to give this a title. I'm just going to say bad weather. Maybe this is a message that we're just reiterating our bad weather policies for the future. So I'll go down here and I'll just select all my clients. Okay, you can see they've all been selected. And then I'll go down here to the message subject. We'll say bad weather policy. And we'll say we have the right to cancel your appointment if the weather is unsafe for our client, for our staff. Okay, cool. So the big change here is in the upper right hand corner, it used to just be a send button. Now it's a send menu. So if I click on this, you'll see that there are two options. You have the send now option, which is what you're currently used to. And then we have this new send later option. So let's click send later. So you can see here that we spell out that you can only send this up to 3 days in advance. That is not a limitation on our end. It's a limitation with our mail provider, and we hope that in the future they will change that so we can allow you to schedule messages further on in the future. But for now, it's 3 days. So one other thing to note is that if you do schedule a message to send, you can cancel sending it up to 10 minutes before the scheduled send time. So if you decide it was a bad idea to send a message to send, make sure you come back at least 10 minutes or preferably more before the scheduled start time so you can cancel that. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to select a date. So we'll choose today, the 28th. So the first thing you'll notice is this comes up as 4:13 p.m., which is kind of an odd number. That's the time that's currently here. My current local time. So basically it's just saying, hey, this is the minimum time. We can't send it in the past today. So that's why that's happening. But let's say we also want to look at maybe sending it as far as possible from now. So in this case, it's the 31st, and you can see that the maximum date's already highlighted there. I can't click on the 2nd or the 4th. I can only click on the 31st. So puts this default time in to send it at 12 a.m. But let's say I'm like, all right, let's send it at 6 p.m. on the 31st. All right. But when I click off, now it's saying 4:14 p.m. And the reason is that that is the max time, which is 36 hours from this moment right now. So the point is that, this time field will adjust its min and max depending on which day you choose. But anyways, let's get back to it. We're going to select the 28th again. It's 4:14 right now. I'm going to say let's send it at 4:15 p.m. Okay. I'm going to schedule it. And you can see that now it's in the scheduled section under customers. You'll see there's 16 recipients and it's going to be sending at 4:15 p.m. Okay. So as soon as it's sent, it's going to disappear. So look, it just hit 4:15 p.m. It's not there anymore. It's now in the sent column, and you can see that you have access to it just as you would before. If you have any questions on this, feel free to message in, and hopefully this works well for everybody. Thanks.